Hi, this is Brenda Green, and welcome back to Living in the Go. So, today I'm talking to you about your children and how you talk to them about money because it should start in the beginning. A lot of people try to keep those conversations away from kids, but you do a disservice to them because they need to understand it early on so they can make better decisions. The school systems are set up so that they don't learn about finances until they're out in the world trying to make their way, and the lobbyists for the finance companies do that on purpose because the less you know about handling your bills, the more debt you go into, more bad debt, credit cards, you name it, high interest rates because you don't know any better or not protecting your credit scores. So you as a parent, that's your responsibility to help them understand that, to make those better decisions. First thing when they're very little, to help them understand money doesn't grow on trees, let them know you have a job and you get paid for it. And in turn, if you give them an allowance, I don't necessarily like to think about allowances, more like, let's call it a commission. So in other words, they can do tasks around the house and get a little money for it. Then you teach them how to handle that money. My nieces and nephews, a lot of them, I would give them piggy banks. I love piggy banks. One of them had a clear jar, and when I went to visit, he was so excited about getting it down off the refrigerator so I could see how much money he had. He was so proud, and I was proud of him. So those are examples of letting them understand that saving is a good thing. You set that example. You talk to them about the different things you're doing. If you say no to something, explain why, that it's not in your budget. Those tasks that you're paying for, make sure that they understand when they get that money how they should spend it. They should save some, be able to spend some, and do different things with it. Have them when they get a little bit older, you can, especially when they're teens, open up a checking account. Have them open a checking and savings. You might have to do a minor account for them, but that's okay. But to get them started, so that if they get a little job, make sure that they are able to put money into that account and watch it grow. And then in turn, they can learn how to save and put money aside from their jobs. So when they get paid, make sure they take 10 to 15% out of the paycheck to go into the savings for them to do bigger things. Because at 16, if they're working, they can open up a Roth IRA. So these are things that you will guide them to as their parent to help them understand. Teach them about budgets. Help them understand how to track money. So if they have a checking account, they can learn to balance the checking account. That's old school, but it helps them to understand and to debit the money so they know how much they're working with. Learn together, because if you don't know a lot about money, that's okay. You can learn together, get books, educate yourself and your children. Melanie Hobson wrote a great book for children about helping them understand the history of money. I read that book, loved it. It was things in there that I as an adult didn't know. So very, very cool. So I would encourage that. Also talk about your mistakes, because we're not perfect and sometimes we do things that just aren't what they should be. So you learn from the mistakes, help your children understand that it's okay, you can come back from mistakes. So a little bit of information helping you with your children and their money. So have a great day.